Liberals decry police killings, yet they don't even seem to know why they happen. As you all know, young Sammy Yatten was killed by police 9 bullets and then tasered while he was already dead. Now this follows a pattern of at least 20 incidents in Toronto where the first police reaction was to kill, not de-escalate the situation. Since 1994, there have been many investigations by coroners that show that the police, if properly trained with de-escalation techniques, could have saved the lives of many people, including Sammy Yatten, who was killed on July 27th. Many have been calling for this kind of de-escalation training to be given to police officers as a part of their regular training. Yet what they don't seem to understand is why the police commit so many killings to begin with. Many have been calling for this kind of de-escalation training to be a part of the police training. Yet what they don't seem to understand is that this is not the job of the police. This is one of those incidents where you get angry at liberals for the way that they frame certain things like police killings. The framing that they use of it does a disservice to those who genuinely want to stop these things from happening. The police do not exist to serve and protect. Their job is to be the coercive arm of the bourgeois state, meaning their function is to control us, the population, for the interests of the ruling class. Our lives don't mean much to them because that is not their job. A question to liberals would be, do you ever see the cops gunning down anybody in the capitalist class? No, you don't. There's a reason for that. The police are well aware of this, the fact that they work for the ruling class and not the public. This is why they refer to themselves as police officers and us as civilians, because they are already starting from the premise that they are not one of us, that they are superior to us because they have that authority. The Ontario Ombudsman has announced a systematic investigation into the direction provided to police by the Ministry of Community Safety and Correctional Services for de-escalating conflicts. Police have reacted with open hostility and, in at least one case, threats. A Durham police officer was caught comparing the Ombudsman to Al-Qaeda on Twitter, while Toronto Police Association President Mike McCormick, a son of a former Toronto police chief, has led the way with the public attacks on both the Ombudsman and the Ontario Federation of Labour, which supports the investigation. Toronto Police Chief Bill Blair, meantime, has tried to bypass both the Toronto Police Services Board, a civilian agency, and the Provincial Ombudsman's investigation by proposing retired Justice Dennis O'Connor to review the use of force practices in the Toronto Police Service. But the police chief has no authority to jump over the civilian board or the Ombudsman, and surely no authority to pick his own investigator. All of this begs the question, are the police above the law? Who are the police accountable to, and who should hold them to account? The answer is the same people that they are always held accountable to, the bourgeois state. You cannot train them not to brutalize the civilian population, because that would contradict the very essence of their job. Their job is to control the civilian population. This is the same mentality that led to RCMP officers killing dogs for dog sleds of the Inuit used to terrorize that population many years ago. This is the same mentality that led to the largest mass arrest in Canadian history 3 years ago during the G20 summit, in which 1,100 Canadians were arrested during 3 days of martial law in Toronto. Want more evidence of the class nature of these arrests? Who did the police arrest on that day? The war criminals who've killed 3 million people in Iraq and Afghanistan? The people who killed 10 million children a year through starvation? Did they arrest the people who lead almost 1 billion people to hunger a year? No, the police arrested the people who were against that. This is another prime example of why liberals just don't get it. When they criticize police actions like this, what they do is they remove the context of a class-based society. They remove the class nature of the state from their analysis. And this is the perfect reason, if not the prime reason, why liberal ideology tends to never actually end problems, and why, despite their best intentions, they never actually accomplish anything. Because they deny the very essence of the system itself, a system based on class. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share on various social media, and if you want, there's some other good videos here you can check out.